Hey guys, I wanted to talk about the next chapter in life. The next chapter in your life, the next chapter in my life, the next chapter in everybody's lives is here now. All we have to do is sit down and dream. Really, just dream. Dream, 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 dream. What would you do with your life if money wasn't an object? If a pandemic wasn't an object? If you could do anything you want, anything at all, what would it be? Really, really. Okay, close your eyes. Just think about this for a second. Think about it for a second. If you had the dream life, what would your dream life be? And I'm not talking about houses or cars or, material things. I'm talking about the energy of your life, what you feel, what would the perfect life feel like to you? That's what you have to focus on more than anything else. More than the form of it, focus on the essence of the next chapter of your life. The next chapter of the life it's up to you. It's up to you. And if you were an unlimited creator and could create the next chapter of life any way you want, and there were no limitations, not money, not people, not situations, not pandemics. If you could do anything you wanted in the next chapter of your life, what would it be? Okay. I'm gonna wait for a second while you think about it. Feels good, doesn't it? Better. Feels much better. It makes your heart smile. You have to do what makes your heart smile. And if what you've been doing up to the time of the pandemic isn't making you happy, isn't making you leap out of bed every day, then the next chapter of your life needs to be different. It needs to be different. I'm feeling like I want to make some changes too. I mean, I've had it pretty good. I've been able to do all my work in the world. My life purpose is in full swing. I'm helping people. I'm doing good things, for the world, I think. and feels good, but I wasn't totally happy because I was just working way too much. I mean, you gotta be careful what you wish for, because if you surrender your life to divine service, the Spirit's like, ooh, we got a hot one. Let's work them hard. So you gotta be careful. You gotta kind of set the boundaries with Spirit, or shall we say, yourself, life purpose. You have to set the boundaries on how hard you really want to be used to make the world a better place. I mean, it's good to make the world a better place, but it wasn't meant for you to be overworked or unhappy, or for you to be not free, shall we say. So I'm thinking about maybe trying to find the right people to delegate the work to, and maybe just being free again for part of a year, maybe 6 months a year. I'm just traveling and going around and doing free retreats for all.com, where if you want to know where my free retreats are going to be, if I could just do some more of that, or do ceremonies in the States, that would be really cool. That would be my happy zone, my next chapter in my life. That would be actually really fun. So anyway, enough about my next chapter in life. What about your next chapter in your life? Tell me about it. Tell me in the comments below. What would you do with your life if you could do anything you wanted to do and there were no limitations? And that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. The next chapter of your life needs to be something you love. And this pandemic has given us all a chance to pause and really think about it. Really think about, well, were we really right on the right track with what we're doing in life? And maybe we were. It's not like it was the wrong track, but this is a different world now, and it's not going to go back to how it was. It's never going to be the same. And maybe you're supposed to be doing something different. Maybe your life purpose has changed. Maybe it's totally different now. So really use this time to do your spiritual homework. Use this time to really focus on what it is that you want to change. Focus on what it is that... Ooh, look at those clouds. Those are pretty, huh? Yeah, we have such pretty sunsets here at Guysagrada. The clouds get really Maxfield Parrish kind of clouds, I call them. But anyway, this is something really important to think about. Let's sit down for a minute. It's really something important to think about, because if you weren't happy before, you're not going to be happy again, going back to it over again and doing something you weren't happy about. So let me get the clouds in the background, because I want you guys to see these. These are so cool. Look at that. Let's see. I'm trying to learn how to angle a phone. I'm new at this whole phone video thing. But really, if you're not happy, if you weren't happy, and maybe you were somewhat happy before, maybe you were a little bit happy before, or maybe you were even a lot happy before. I was a lot happy before doing what I was doing. Wow, we have hardly any traffic here. Once in a great while somebody goes by. I live out in the boonies. But the thing is, you gotta choose happiness now. What is your greatest happiness? What is gonna make you happy? What is gonna float your boat? If your next chapter in life is something you love doing, is something that gives you joy, then you've chosen wisely, grasshopper. And so I'm trying to choose wisely and figure out what the next chapter in my life is going to be. And I encourage you to do the same. I'm really in a lot of thought, a lot of self-introspection about this for right now. The last video I did was about how this whole thing is a pause button for us right now. And this whole pandemic thing, and this is a perfect opportunity to really just step back and look at what you're doing with your life, and if it's pleasing to you, and if there's more shadow work to do, let's get her done. Get her done. We got to grow up fast if we're gonna hold the light in this world, because this world needs a lot of light. As you might have noticed, with all the stuff in the news and all the things happening to our children and such. So, and all the damage to people in the world who commit really horrible crimes. We need some light in this world. And you have to do your spiritual homework to be able to hold that light. I'm working on my stuff too. I mean, I thought I was over some stuff for a long time because so much was going on in life, and I was kind of so distracted by life, doing my life purpose, even if it was good. Gosh, I'm like, God, I thought I finished with all that. So, but another layer comes up. I mean, it's not like it possesses me like it used to, this self-healing journey, trying to fix everything and all that stuff. I mean, for the most part, I live my life, but then every now and then something comes up, and it's a more subtle layer of those things. And for some of you, you're at that point. For some of you, you're fully in it and crying a lot, and my heart's with you. Totally know, been there. And but this is the time to do it. This is the time to do it so that you can set up the next chapter of your life to be a really good chapter. Let's come back with a bang, right? Let's just really come back with a bang on this. And come back better than before. Better than ever. You 2.0 or 3.0 or 4.0 or 5.0.1.3, version 10.16.7. Okay, I could get carried away with that, but you know what I mean. This is the time to set the foundation for setting up the next chapter of your life. What do you need to do to set up that next chapter of life? Do you need to create a business foundation? Do you have to start making a website? Do you have to start writing a book? Do you have to make videos? Do you have to move to a different location? Do you have to have different people around you? Do you need to put together a team? What is it that you have to do to set up the next chapter of your life? Well, I'll just rest it there for a second. Just wanted to pass that on to you. It's something I was thinking about today, and how sharing with you that I'm working on figuring out what the next chapter of my life looks like too. And I'm actually really glad for the pause button that this has been. I'm really glad for it. Sure, there's no money to be made in this pause button, but you know, I wasn't really about the money anyway, because I didn't really make much anyway. We basically just covered expenses. I mean, we're truly nonprofit as far as nonprofits go. We definitely operate right on the edge of expenses, so it's not like, you know, there's really that much lost with the money thing. But the time is precious, and having this time is precious for you. And this is a chance to reinvent yourself, recreate your life, just make it different. Well, thanks for coming on my walk with me for a little bit today, and make sure you get out and exercise, and make sure you take care of your health. More needed now than ever, so if you get that virus, you can handle it. And be well, my friends, be well. Much love from my heart to yours.